Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second day of our 10th anniversary edition of the Prague European Summit Conference here in Czerny Palace in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Czech Republic. It's great to see you here in the audience because I see here a lot of you that were with us also late tonight on the special screening of 20 Days in Mariupol, so it's great to see you here in the morning. And with Aneta, we will now tell you what is going on today.
Yes, today the program will not be as long as yesterday, but I'm sure that it will be as inspiring and insightful, or even more. We will start with a ministerial panel on EU enlargement, and then we will move to the topic of defense. And we will finish with our traditional panel that is part of our future European Leaders Forum, followed by a glass of wine.
I'd like to draw your attention also to the exhibition you passed in the corridor downstairs, and also make sure to try this very interesting virtual reality that is right in front of the entrance here that will take you to Ukraine, and you can experience the situation in there firsthand. So that's it from us. Enjoy your discussions, and now over to you, Aneta.
Yes, and I would like to officially start today's program by introducing you the Czech Minister for European Affairs, Mr. Martin Dvořák. Please, Mr. Dvořák, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests. At the beginning, let me thank for invitation to this significant conference. I'm pleased that events like this help to raise interest in both political and social affairs at the European level. At the same time, I regret that I was unable to attend yesterday's part of the conference, and even today I missed the glass of wine, what I really regret. However, I took the opportunity yesterday to meet personally with some other participants of this conference. Thank you, Anna, and engage in interesting discussions with them, for which I would like to thank the organizers and all of you once again. Today, we aim to discuss several crucial topics. We must acknowledge that EU enlargement, our defense and security, and the current Central European position are all interconnected. Allow me to begin with the topic that I would discuss with my colleagues later this morning. 20 years ago, Czechia took great opportunity and joined the European Union. Over the past 2 decades, our membership in the EU has brought numerous benefits. Allow me to say that I hope that Western Balkan states, Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, will have a seat at this table on one day as well. Let us encourage them to continue their reform efforts and support the principles of democracy, rule of law, and human rights. I perceive the enlargement of European Union to include additional states as truly crucial issue. Some of you perhaps noticed my initiative in May. On behalf of Czechia, I addressed the member states of the Union, inviting them to join a letter supporting the Belgian presidency to approve the negotiation frameworks necessary as the next step in the accession talks with Ukraine and Moldova. Together with the other 15 member states that joined our initiative, we believe that progress in this negotiation could bring new energy to their reform efforts. Ukraine and Moldova face many challenges and deserve our support and solidarity in their efforts to become part of the European Union. As we stand in solidarity and full support with our Ukrainian allies, we are also reminded of the Western Balkans, a region that has not been given an emphasis it deserved, because its integration did not seem like an urgent issue. For years, the progress towards accession has been slow, if not stagnant. I am not naive to think that this was only caused by our neglect. After all, I spent many years in the Western Balkans, working on the reconstruction of Kosovo after the war. Therefore, I am aware of the issues this region deals with. For too long, the region has remained in the state of limbo, caught between the allure of European integration and seemingly pragmatic cooperation with China or Russia. The Russian invasion of Ukraine served as a wake-up call, reminding us that the strategic imperative of expanding the European project to the Western Balkans. To succeed, we must acknowledge the shortcomings of the EU's enlargement procedure. It is often cumbersome, bureaucratic, and at times ineffective. At the same time, it's highly politicized and adversely affecting the EU's overall image in the region. This all has led to frustration among both member states and candidate countries. Therefore, we have to consider reforms to the EU's enlargement procedure to make it more flexible, transparent, and inclusive. When mentioning the biggest challenges of Europe, I can't leave out the topic of defense and security. We find ourselves in a period where the need for cooperation in Europe has never been more pressing, especially concerning the aggressive actions of Russia and the ongoing war in Ukraine. Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine has starkly reminded us of the fragile nature of peace and stability in our region. This conflict has not only caused human suffering and destruction, but has also threatened the very foundations of the international order that we hold dear. It is clear and present danger that demands a united and resolute response from all European nations. Our collective security is paramount, and it can only be assured through robust and unwavering cooperation. We must strengthen our alliances, enhance our military capabilities, and ensure that our defense strategies are closely coordinated. The European Union and NATO are crucial platforms for this cooperation, providing the structure and support necessary to defend our shared values and interests. However, military strength is not the only area where we need to enhance our efforts concerning our security. We must also protect our critical infrastructures and combat the spread of disinformation and cyber threats. Russia's attempt to destabilize our societies, especially the Central and Eastern Europe countries, through these means are just as dangerous as a military aggression. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you surely awaiting my reflection on the election results. Don't worry, in conclusion of my speech will indeed focus on this very topic too. Elections are a beautiful celebration of democracy. And as I like to remind, unlike in undemocratic countries, we never know in advance how the elections will turn out. I am genuinely pleased that the growing trend of voter turnout in the European elections in Czechia continues. If I were to paraphrase the famous "I have a dream" speech, I would mention even higher participation. Still, the described trend is a good sign that interest in the EU is growing, and perhaps we feel more like its natural part, which we care about and want to create together. I think that after 20 years, it is the highest time. Much has been said about the actual results in recent days. The overall balance of power probably does not change significantly, but it's necessary to perceive the shift that has occurred. Growing radicalism and populism have also affected the European elections, and it wouldn't be wise to overlook this state. We live in divided times, facing many hybrid threats, and people are worried. As politicians, we must seek a path to common dialogue, strive for compromises, and listen to people with different opinions. However, that does not mean legitimizing the objective evil whose goal is to destroy our democratic world. I was earlier mentioning dangerous efforts to destabilize our societies. It is clear that we need to step up our efforts. In conclusion, please allow me to express my hope that together with EMPs, the new European Commission and the EU member states, we will address not only the topic discussed here at the conference today. We can overcome these challenges that Europe faces today, and we will continue to face in the future only together, without a doubt. There is indeed strength in cooperation and mutual communication. Thank you, and I'm looking forward for the coming discussion.